Yesterday on Mass Appeal, we put the question to you, our question of the day. We asked, do you let your child play with your phone or tablet? We put it on Facebook. We got a lot of great answers. Shannon said, no, not mine, but they each have a Nook that has kid apps and games and books on it. No internet access. Lisa said, yes, I have downloaded games just for them. Many people said that their child or grandchild has their own. Joining us now is Dr. Connie Hebert. She's the author of The Teachable Minute, The Secret to Raising Smart and Appreciative Kids. Dr. Connie, you're here to talk to us about how we can use these devices as educational tools.
Exactly. Thank you for having me. So many kids and parents have devices now, and whether it be the cell phone, the remote, or the iPad, or the computer, what we want to make sure is that we use the devices to catch teachable minutes. Now, what's the teachable minute? The teachable minute is a golden opportunity to show, ask, or teach kids something on the fly. You don't have to plan it. You're just, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you catch that minute to stretch your kids' thinking, because we know all kids need attention and all kids are naturally curious. So let's look at some devices today and some ways that parents might catch the teachable minute with kids using these devices. So here's my cell phone, and you know, when my 3 kids were little, they're all grown now, but when they were little, we didn't have cell phones.
Right.
So the cell phone is a great opportunity because we're all using them. Many kids have phones. So you might take your little kids, your younger kids, and have them look at the calculator. Teach them how to use the calculator in the phone. You can look at the gallery, open the gallery, and look at pictures from the vacation and ask the kids to choose what would be the 3 best pictures from our vacation that would sort of sum up. What are the 3 things we need to show Grandma about our vacation, only using 3 pictures? You can ask older kids to come up with a new design for a cell phone, and asking really good questions. Other than, you want to keep asking yes/no questions of kids. You want to ask kids questions that stretch their critical thinking. So come up with a new plan for a cell phone. The keypad on your computer or on your iPad is perfect for little ones to point out letters and to count the numbers and to spell words. I mean, it's a tool. It's a great teaching tool.
So now these are ways that you can use the devices with your children. Interact with them. Don't just be at the doctor's office waiting for an appointment, hand your child the cell phone and say, play with your game.
Exactly.
Which I think a lot of parents do, and I do it. I mean, I'm totally guilty of it. Play with your game.
Right.
But you're saying sit with your child and learn together. Use those tablets and phones and devices in a way that's educational.
You've got the teachable minute. Awesome. So on the iPad, what I would do with some kids would be let's look up together. So we're in a hotel lobby, or we're at an airport gate, waiting for our plane, or we're in the doctor's or dentist office. Let's look up the 10-day forecast for where we're going. Let's compare that with the other coast. Let's look at home. What's the 10-day forecast? We could also go in and look at, with older kids, the TED Talks. TED Talks are great to watch with your kids. You can set how many minutes you want to see, what kind of TED Talk you want your kids to learn about, what subjects are they interested in. You can go in on your iPad on the calendar and have the little kids count the numbers and look at the days of the week. And there's so many things. You could call out some words and have them look up with the kids on Wikipedia.
And you don't even have to download apps for that.
No,
now
all
we've got
right
a minute
on your iPad
left, Dr. Connie. Tell us about how the
remote. We've all got the remote. So for little ones, even babies, I would have them count and point to the various numbers and saying those out loud. They would show me up and down on the channel. Go up, go down. They would show me the up arrow, the down arrow. For older kids, I would have them go to the guide, the TV guide, and look up what times the various shows are going to be on and how many hours. How do you know? I might also ask some older kids some questions like, how could we have the remote be in a location where we don't lose it? And where would you put the remote on someone in a wheelchair? How could you design something on the wheelchair so they never ever lose the remote?
And the point is that it gets them to think critically, really use their brain as opposed to just putting something in front of them to keep them occupied. And these are minutes that we can take advantage of as parents, grandparents, or caregivers.
It's a secret to raising smart and appreciative kids. They appreciate you and us, and our 3 kids did. They appreciated us taking time to catch that minute in the car, at the ATM, at the bank, in the kitchen.
They're so everywhere, no matter where you are. Now, you covered a lot of great tips there, Dr. Connie, so we will put those on our website, mymassappeal.com. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.